miles of the trip. 3, Floyd, Colin Brown. 4, Gay Brief, Sam Morshead. 5, No Harm Done, Peter Scudamore. 6, Predo Boy, Michael Bobby. 7, Ron Nova, Mark Parrott. 10, Tom Sharp, Seamus O'Neill. And 13, Mrs. Muck, now confirmed as ridden by Huell Davis. 7 runners in for this 2-mile trip.
A tough little filly. She won. I once backed her when she won 20 to 1, so she's close to my heart. But that's about her chance today. They're off, so there you are, Graham.
Lickety split to the first, and Tom Sharp has cleared it safely. They're all safely over the first. And Tom Sharp taking on Floyd. Well, that's a surprise. Tom Sharp in the lead from Floyd in second place. Run over the other front runner racing wide. That's second from the right of the picture. And they really are cracking on here. Tom Sharp, Floyd and Run over from Gay Brief and No Harm Done and Prideaux Boy and Mrs. Muck. And they come down towards the second of the 8 flights of hurdles. And 3 virtually in a line there. Tom Sharp and Floyd, who's got the inside. That's the left of the picture next to the rails. And on the outside of these, Run over. These 3 virtually line abreast as they pass the post for the circuit to go. And these clear from No Harm Done in 4 and Gay Brief 5 and Mrs. Muck and Prideaux Boy last at this stage. And Run over loses a length or 2 as they swing away from the stands, and now Floyd assumes command. Floyd going on now. That's a horse with a white face, third from the left of the picture. That's the leader. From Tom Sharp and Run over, both racing wide, looking for better ground. No Harm Done on the going the shortest way by far, right on the inside as they take the third. Floyd and Tom Sharp and Run over from No Harm Done and Prideaux Boy and Gay Brief and Mrs. Muck. And they come down towards the fourth, and the front runners certainly haven't got away from the field. Floyd the leader from Run over and No Harm Done and Tom Sharp, and then Prideaux Boy and Gay Brief and Mrs. Muck, who makes ground upon the outside. And so it's Floyd now who goes into the lead again as they begin to swing right-handed and turn towards the backstretch. They're halfway in this top-rank Christmas hurdle. And it's Floyd in the lead. Floyd and Run over. And at the off, No Harm Done was a 15 to 8 clear favourite. Floyd at 2 to 1, Prideaux Boy at 4 to 1. So they level up into the backstretch. And it's Floyd and Run over who dispute it. And Mrs. Muck is on the right. Tom Sharp, the horse with the noseband, in the centre of the picture as they come down towards the fifth. Floyd the clear leader. Floyd over safely. From in second place, Run over, and then No Harm Done and Mrs. Muck and Tom Sharp and Gay Brief and Prideaux Boy. Then Floyd the leader by 3 parts of a length to Run over in second. Then Mrs. Muck and No Harm Done, and then Prideaux Boy getting much closer as they take the next, only 4 lengths between first and last. And this is a really fiercely competitive race. Mrs. Muck on the right of the picture is racing wide as they begin the sweep out of the backstretch, and it's Floyd and Run over and Mrs. Muck. Very little to choose between these 3, in fact, as they swing out of the back straight. No Harm Done is travelling as well as any at this stage in 4, then Gay Brief, and then Prideaux Boy, who starts his run, and Tom Sharp has run out of puff. So they begin the sweep into the home straight, and it's Floyd now who quickens the pace again, and Colin Brown. Just look at him go, but the hoop jacket of Peter Scudamore wears on No Harm Done is with a cross-belted jacket of Michael Bobby on Prideaux Boy, and there's very little to choose between these 2 as to who's going the better as they level up for home. Mrs. Muck with the white sleeves on the right of the picture. They're in line for home now, 2 flights of hurdles to jump, and Floyd out in front. Floyd from No Harm Done and Prideaux Boy. Floyd over that, No Harm Done in second, Prideaux Boy is third, Run over, and here comes Gay Brief next to the rail starting his run. Very, very wide indeed is Mrs. Muck, and she's not out of it either, but it's Floyd and No Harm Done as they race down towards the final flight. No Harm Done travelling the better as they come down to it. No Harm Done takes a half-length lead off Floyd, but Floyd, the horse with the white face, is a real battler at the last. No Harm Done and Floyd falls when challenging at the last, and this has left No Harm Done well clear. Horse and jockey are on their feet, no damage to either of those 2, but this has presented the race to No Harm Done, who's clear and up towards the line. No Harm Done the easy winner, No Harm Done the winner. Mrs. Muck finished second, Gay Brief was third, Run over 4, Prideaux Boy dropped away to be 5, and Tom Sharp, well, really ran out of puff to be 6th and last. But there you see, as a result of that crashing fall at the last, when challenging, well, neither harm to Floyd and neither harm to Colin Brown either. So fortunately, no harm to either of those 2. Bit of a tragedy, but that presented this, the top-ranked Christmas hurdle, to the 15 to 8 favourite winner, number 5, No Harm Done, owned by Easterby Farms Limited, trained at Moulton by Peter Easterby, a 60th winner of the season for Peter Scudamore. Second was number 13, Mrs. Muck, ridden by Huell Davis, And third was number 4, Gay Brief, and that's a re-encouraging run by that grand old 9-year-old. There's No Harm Done, but there is Floyd. I'm afraid to say Colin Brown went for a really big one at the last, and unfortunately he paid the penalty.
Second, number 30, Mrs. Muck, 33 to 1. And third, number 4, Gay Brief at 7 to 1. The tip returns win £2.70, places £1.60 and £2.80. The dual forecast came to £30 and 10 pence and 7 rounds.